All right, let's talk about corners. Now, we talked about Newton's first law, which said that you could only change something's movement if there was an unbalanced force acting. And that's true when you turn a corner in a car. Excuse me. When you turn a corner in a car, you have to change the object's direction. And that takes an unbalanced force. And the unbalanced force in this case acts into the middle of the circle. So there's our unbalanced force acting into the middle of the circle. And it will change our car's velocity. So it was going this way, and now it'll come through the corner and it'll be going this way now. So it was going that way to start with, and now it's going this way. It's changed its movement. We had to apply a force to have that happen. And you know this because if you were on a swivel chair and you were sliding along, just minding your own business, and someone pushed you from the side, you would change your direction. If they wanted to turn you, they could push you from the side a little bit, a little bit, a little bit at a time, and you turn a corner. That's what happens in the car. But where does this inward force come from? Now, we can see that you turn the steering wheel, and you know that if you're riding a bike, you turn the steering wheel or turn the handlebars on the bike. Now, if you turn the handlebars on a bike, sometimes you'll hear the tyres squishing against the road. What are you doing? What's happening between the surface of the tyres and the surface of the road? Well, because the tyres have a rough grip on them, as you turn them, they apply a force against the road, and the road pushes back on you on the bike or pushes back on you in the car. And the net effect is that the car turns the corner or the bike turns the corner. So the unbalanced force is caused by friction. And it's friction between the surface of the tyres and the road. So I hope you can see that if your tyres are worn, you won't be able to go as fast around the corner. If your tyres are worn, there's less friction between you and the road. You can't take a corner as quickly because you can't get as much grip between you and the road. There's not enough unbalanced force to make you turn the corner. I hope you can see this also applies to wet conditions. If it's wet or if it's icy, if you try and apply this unbalanced force, there's not as much grip. The tyres can't hold on to the road and turn as much if the weather is wet. I hope you can also see that if your original speed is fast, and this is going to take a little bit of thinking, but if your original speed is fast, you have to turn the wheel harder. You have to have more friction to make you turn because you're changing a bigger speed. So when you go into a corner too fast, you need more friction, but your car can only supply so much friction depending on the tyres and the surface of the road. If you're going too fast for the conditions, there won't be enough friction force, and therefore the car won't be able to turn safely. So this is at the heart of why corners are so dangerous in road safety. You need an unbalanced force because of Newton's first law. That unbalanced force in a car is caused by friction between the tyres and the road. If you're going too fast, the unbalanced force you need is bigger than what your wheels can provide. And so you'll lose control and crash perhaps. On the other hand, if your tyres are worn or the surface is slippery, you can't get as much friction. And therefore, you need to either travel more slowly or run the risk of having a crash. So I hope this has helped you understand how corners work.